All right, here we go. The Friday edition. Don't know how much longer it'll last, but the dojo. I would be Dogface, and that man over there would be Joe Mommy. Welcome to the Friday edition. Again, our apologies. This is a recorded podcast. It was recorded in front of no studio audience today. That would be the 20th of September. We told you we were going to go live. We had some technical issues. We will get it figured out. Be patient. Sorry. So we'll get to it. Today, for no one else except Joe, this is big. I think for people like Joe, especially Joe, we have all of the drop dates for the Hallmark Channel's Christmas lineup of Hallmark Channel TV shows. We have the dates and the titles coming up later on in today's episode. You'll hear those, and we're going to give them to you so that way you can plan your holiday season around the Hallmark Channel's offerings. Joe, you're going to love this.
That's what?
Also, today we got to talk about Joe's love for children and I guess my hatred for kids. We've got a bunch of news. A pretty prominent political figure has announced to Oprah that she packs heat and she will use it. She is a 2A supporter, which is going to shock a lot of people. We'll tell you who that is. And another celebrity has also agreed with Donald Trump and said she has seen proof of Haitians in Ohio eating domestic pets. We'll tell you who that person is.
Okay.
And here very shortly, Joe's going to love this. A lot of stuff for Joe today. Flight attendants have listed the 5 things that they hate on a plane, and all the flight attendants they talked to were in agreement on this one thing. And it's something Joe has long documented on the dojo with us that he hates. And maybe Joe should become, since we're not working, maybe you should become like a flight attendant because you hate this just like they do, and you wouldn't stand for it.
Okay. All right. I can't wait to hear about it.
Well, actually, yeah, you're gonna wish you waited. You're not gonna like it. And we're gonna get going with this. Okay. For the longest time, the last, 4 years, 3 years, boomers, that's been a derogatory term for the boomers, baby boomers, old people. Now, Gen Zers and Gen Yers are saying, hey, maybe the boomers were onto something. We agree with a lot of these boomer mentality things. A lot of the things the boomers hate, we also hate. So let's jump right in on a Friday. This person, don't know how old they are, but they're young. They completely blew the premise that technology was supposed to make our lives easier. It's way more complicated now than it was ever supposed to be. Here. Yeah. I agree, Joe. We just went through trying to do a Facebook Live today, and I know you love technology, but it does most times, I think, agree or disagree, make it harder.
I think it always makes it harder. Yeah. There's no doubt about it, especially in this day and age. It's definitely become harder. I don't really understand it because I know about as much as you can know about it in every aspect, and I still have trouble with it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they make it so difficult. Instagram is about the most difficult social media program you will ever mess with on the back end in your entire life. You'll never find another social media program more difficult to use on the back end than Instagram. That's I don't understand it. And they're supposed to work in conjunction with Facebook.
Aren't they the same company?
Yeah. You're supposed to be able to log into both to do all your stuff. It's supposed to be so easy. 90% of the time it works on Facebook. About 11% of the time it works on Instagram. And 0 does it ever work together.
Yeah. And here's the other thing, though. Isn't this what they've done? I mean, it's just like iPhone, Apple. They've already invented the wheel, okay? And they've invented the automobile. Pretty much to perfection, talking about cameras and laptops, yada, yada. There's nothing else really they can do to change it, so they have to keep changing it so they can have little differences, little nuances. All these social platforms do the same goddamn thing, except one's a little different. One's all text. One does more video. One does quick video. One does long form. It's all the same shit, but they're wanting us to think that it's different, so they make it difficult to make us think that we need it all when you really don't. There's no new advancements. Nothing's going to get better. It's going to get more bogged down and become more difficult to use. The automobile's been invented, okay? The wheel, now some might argue it's not round enough, okay? I think it is. I don't know that a circle could become more circular, and I think that's what they're trying to do. And what they're doing is they're making the circle go from circle to oval, okay? Ovals don't roll as good as circles, but that's what they're trying to shove down our throats and into our minds to make us think we're getting something better. And I agree with Joe. It's garbage.
Let me just share one thing with you. If you're going to make a sitcom, TV show, movie, what have you, and you're going to put it out for people to watch, okay, what always comes before that? A preview. You get a preview of what that thing is, right?
Yeah.
So here's where I'm at with you when you say it's so difficult. In order to put a preview up on these social platforms, you have to put the video up first. So you can't put the preview up and link it to the video without putting the video up. It's like it's so stupid. None of it makes any sense.
What Joe calls it is a preview in radio or TV. We always call it promos. For those that know about social media and what we're trying to do with it from a radio standpoint, Joe's absolutely right. And not only do you put the main piece up first, they don't want the preview or the little video or the promo up because they make it so hard. It should be so simple. In fact, they should make you put previews up first and then load. Like if they wanted to control it and make a better service and give people a better content stream, they would do that. But again,
in order to put the 90-second preview up, you've got to upload the whole 42-minute video first anyhow.
Yeah.
But yet you can't link the video to the 90-second reel preview roll unless you post the video first. It's just so stupid.
Crazy.
I've never seen nothing like it. It's so crazy. It works ass backwards.
More boomer things young kids are adopting and agreeing with. Stop driving at the same speed as the car next to you in a 2-lane road. Either pass them, slow down, or get off the road.
Thank you.
No argument there. This person says, and I've long bitched about this, I hate going to a concert or any live event and watching everyone watch the live event through their phones as they record it.
You don't like that.
I don't care if you want to hold your phone up and do the concert and you want to miss it live time, but I've told you this before and I stand by this. What's worse than that is when they bring that god-awful video to the Thanksgiving or over when you're drinking and having beers or you're out somewhere and they're like, yo, bro, check this out. I went and saw Molly Hatchet. Dude, check out this song. And these people, these goddamn worthless slugs, these slobs of humanity, they want to scroll through that video and go to another one. And they're trying to show you and give you the impression that their lives are full of excitement. But anyone that wants to hold someone hostage, which is what I feel like a hostage when you break out a phone. I'd rather be shackled. I'd rather be ball gagged and tied at the feet and wrist in a Turkish prison than watch your stupid videos. I hate them. I hate you when you break out your phone. Learn. Get better. Be better humans. No one cares about what's on your phone. I hate it.
I don't mind that. I've never really minded that. I'm okay with that. I'll watch your videos and look at your pictures.
So if we're ever out, okay, and you have a phone and you have a photo or a video, remember, it's not me, dog. It's Joe. Joe's the one that wants to sit down and look at your family photo album. Not me.
I don't know I want to sit down and look at them, but I will. I will humor you.
There's a whole bunch of these, courtesy of BuzzFeed. We're not going to go through them all. But this person says, why are commercials twice as loud as the TV shows? I constantly have to adjust the volume for commercials. If the point is making sure that I hear the ad, it isn't working because I get so mad I either turn the TV off altogether or instantly hit mute.
Yeah, absolutely. That's rarely do I have anything to bitch about, but I will stand firm on the platform with that one. That's horse crap is what that is. They are 81 times louder than the actual show that you're watching.
Yeah.
Enough to jumpstart your heart back into action. I don't understand what the purpose for that would be.
Is that the thinking though? Because I think we've all heard this, Joe and I both, we sleep with TVs on. I don't know how many people do, but you fall asleep. And I think they do that, like you say, to jar you, to resuscitate you out of your nap or your slumber. And it's like you wake up and all you hear is, act now. Operators are standing by. There's only 30 more left at this price. So I think it's like they think they're taking you out of a dead sleep, and you're just going to start running to the phone and just start ordering the goddamn copper kettle or whatever it is. They think that if they wake you up, you're just going to lose all logic and just run to the phone, and they've got you like on AI or like you're some sort of marionette. And I bet you they've done testing and data on this where it says you scare the shit out of someone, they're going to order your product. I guarantee someone ran data and they sell twice as many of these whatevers at like 3 a.m. than they do 3 p.m. And it's probably because of that volume.
Didn't they pass a law that they were supposed to make that go away?
I kind of think maybe. I won't
Same thing as like summertime time switches, you know? That was supposed to go away too. That should be gone right now.
No.
And yet it isn't.
We've only voted 17 to 18 times on it or against it. We know that we've got another 48 to 52 either showing up on the ballot or Senate committee hearings to get through before they do anything. Yeah.
I thought they said March or May of 2024 was when it was going to kick in, and it has not.
Well, I want you to think about this. When we were over at the swamp at the other company, do you remember the stink they made with that Real ID? It was like, oh my God, you're not going to be able to drive your car. Don't even go to an airport. You won't be able to buy ammunition. You will be hunted down and murdered in your own home if you don't get the brand new Real ID. My wife, she ran out and did it. My son, because he's younger, his just happened. I never got it. And then the whole goddamn thing disappeared. I haven't heard another word about Real ID, and I still have a fake ID, I guess you can call it. It's not the updated Real ID. It's the old one. And I've never heard any more about it because no one rushed down to get it. And they're like, okay, let's leave it alone. COVID happened or whatever. Forget about that. We'll come back to the Real ID.
You can't buy ammo.
Okay, so I'll just tell you this. Before they did all that ammo where they were going to verify and use ID, well before Real ID, I loaded up so much freaking ammo, I don't know if I'll ever need to buy anymore. And I recently went shooting.
They did put that definitely is in there because I had to get one too because mine expired on my birthday.
You do need the Real ID for ammunition. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
But until I run out.
Here's also something helpful with Real ID. If you happen to get fired or lose your job and need to get on unemployment, you've got a Real ID. You've already got your Real ID, your California EUDD, ID, ED, UD, ID, ED thing signed up. I mean, you're good to go. So if you try to create another account, they're going to tell you, we've already got you in the account. You're going to go crazy, call them on the phone, wonder what happened. And the whole time, they'll never tell you that you signed up for it when you got your Real ID. But if you get enough people on the phone, you'll finally figure that out. So if you've got a Real ID and get fired, you're already in the system. You're good.
Okay, so I didn't know this, I guess. Maybe you told me. I just don't remember. But you do have a Real ID.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, good for you. Well,
so that's why I couldn't get unemployment for a minute because I was trying to sign up and it wouldn't let me sign up because I was already in the system.
And here's the other thing. I just told you my wife has Real ID. Okay. My wife does the shopping. Okay. Whether it's celery, pot roast, or ammunition. She can go and buy all those things without me needing to be there. She knows what to buy, what rounds we like, and she can do the shopping for us. So, lo and behold, I don't have a Real ID. And here's the other thing. They were going to let me go to Portugal. I didn't have a Real ID. Didn't need any of that. Had a passport. Went and got a passport. Yeah. They never asked one freaking thing about Real ID. I didn't need it. It's non-existent. So until I walk out the door and there's like armed guards that won't let me leave my property because I don't have Real ID, I don't see a need for it. I'm not going to do it. I want to share this one. This is, and I know that I'm damn near a boomer, even though I'm Gen X. This is one that upsets me, and I saw this the other day. And now that we do a podcast, I will say this happened at a Save Mart. And
okay.
This is my thing that I hate. The whole get the app to save money. If you want to offer it as a reward extra or perk, meaning get the app and get even more savings or get a bonus or a freebie food item like at a fast food joint, okay, get the app. Even though I still think it's dumb, you should get it. But you can't start pricing food at the stores with hidden pricing or quote-unquote bigger discounts if if you don't have the app, and it's simple, they had the price on produce, and we asked the woman, how much is it without the app? How much is it with the app? This is what she said. I got to go check. Even she didn't know. So now they're making you get an app to see pricing on food, what we need to survive, that's already so astronomically priced. So now they're going to make you download an app for either more savings or to get the actual price. That should be illegal. Okay, I want the guy out there with that gun putting stickers on stuff. That's the way they used to. What happened to the guy that ran around with that goddamn feather duster in his back pocket? He got it done. That guy that he would dust the jar. I haven't seen one of those in years. So that's what's happened. We've gone so far off the rails in the reservation that now they just do what they want. And it's all a lure or a ploy to make more money. So
we got to get you a
off.
job. We got to keep you out of stores. It's been going on like that for a moment. Remember when you used to have to take your product around to the little things that were on the poles and then scan it if you wanted to know what it was? They had all these little boxes that were everywhere.
I love that.
Where'd those go? Why don't they have them no more?
I love that. And the store that I loved it most was Macy's. And Macy's, you would walk up, they had these little readers, and
on
like
every
if there
post,
yeah, and if there was like 17 tags, get the biggest savings or whatever, marked down 85 times, 90% off. All you had to do was walk through, and you could scan it, and then do I want to buy it or not? You could drop it right on the floor at the pole where the scanner was if you didn't want it and walk. Okay,
and gave you a whole little background on it. It was awesome, dude. And I don't know, that was digital. That was new age. Why'd you take that away? That was a system that was not antiquated.
Well, because here's the thing. Someone wasn't updating the pricing as often as they should, or the pricing wasn't as deeply discounted as people thought it would be. So they were doing what I was saying was they'd scan it and they'd drop it at the floor. They found out that people would feel more shame and embarrassment of walking up to the counter and telling the clerk, oh, no, put that aside. That's too much, rather than scanning it and dropping it. There's a lot of guilt that goes into shopping, and there's a lot of weird, you know what I'm saying? People get up there and like, they're like, oh, my God, I don't want to tell the clerk that I can't afford this. I mean, I'm in the store, and I want to look like I can afford everything in my cart. There's a little bit of that drama that goes on with it. And
pushing you to buy it.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened to those, but I liked them. I agree with you.
I did too.
I did like that.
I thought those were all right. That didn't do bad to me at all.
There's a whole bunch of these. And as we go and build this show out, we are going to provide links for the things that we talk to and we discuss. And this will get better. I promise. I promise you. Joe knows too. Joe's already working on helping us out here. Sorry, I had audio up. My apologies. But we will get all these things going for you. But these are flight attendants, okay? All in agreement on 5 things that you should never do on a plane. They say these are the worst passenger behaviors, and I'm not going to focus on the other 4. It's just this one for Joe. They were all in agreement that anyone traveling on a plane should never, ever show their toes.
Yes. That's absolutely right. That's the people running the plane. That's not even people on it going to the places that you're going to. That's not your fellow passengers. That's the people that see it every day. Put your damn toes away, especially if you're a man. Get on an airplane with your damn toes out. What's wrong with you?
How do you
Why would
sleep
you do
at
that?
night?
Golly, I can't stand it. I tell you, you guys, man, and I'm not a judger. But you guys show up to places and you look real good. You're physically fit, man. You got a beautiful woman on your arm. You're dressed nice. I even look at your outfit and I think, damn, that guy looks pretty good, man. No wonder he's got a woman like that. And then at the bottom of put it down. It's your toes out, and your woman couldn't be happier to be with you and eat in a restaurant. Your filthy ass feet are hanging out the front of your sandals. It's like, what are you doing to yourself, man?
You know me.
Why?
Joe knows this. I don't have Joe's weirdness with toes like he does, but Joe knows
this. Disgusting.
I don't go barefoot all that often, and it's a really weird day that today of all days, I don't even have socks on. Typically, I have socks on, but that's pretty funny. Today, I had no shoes and no socks, and it's a true story. I told my wife, I said, did you ever think that I could dress even worse than when we did the radio show. I said, now we're doing a podcast radio type show, but we don't have to go into an office. I said, now I can be a bigger slob. You should see what I'm wearing from the waist down on my Van Halen shirt. I am in legitimate underwear, and I don't have socks on, and I don't have shoes, and these underwear have not been laundered in 2 days. It's glorious.
You're despicable.
Ask
I'm
to see
wearing
my
swimming
toes
trunks
again.
right now. No, I won't.
You got what on, swim trunks?
Yeah, because when I get down here, I'm going to go sit in the hot tub before I take a motorcycle ride.
Hey, you've earned it. You've earned it. We got to get to the Hallmark, the Christmas drop dates, and the Christmas movies. And we are going to do some quick news. We're not going to keep you too long today. We've been going 20-some-odd minutes. We'll go about 45 today and keep it short. Just so you know, I am on a schedule today. It is my son's 22nd birthday, and he's visiting from Seattle. So
is he home? Is he back home, or is he still on his little trip with his young lady?
No, him and his young lady went to Monterey or Carmel by the Sea.
Happy birthday.
Yes, they had a soiree last night. They stayed the night there, and they'll be coming back home today. So he's not in the house right now, but we got a little party and all this stuff planned for him. So, and today's
that kid is full throttle right now. He is just whipping life's ass. I am so happy for that guy. He's home with a woman. He's in Monterey on his birthday. He's got a job at a place. That's killer.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
He really is riding a saddleless tiger right now, and he's only 22. So, yeah, God bless him.
Get after it. Man, I'm so proud of that guy.
Since I did mention my kid, let's talk about these kids. I'm going to read this to you as we go into this. This is basically what this says, okay? People are creating child-free spaces. People have long given children and parents dirty looks on planes or at stores. They're saying now people are actually going after parents and calling them or titling them breeders, okay? Breeders is a derogatory term now. Like you show up, you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you're single, which I don't know why in the F you would, but like... we always call
breeders.
Yeah, I always call them knuckle draggers or mouth
Stupid
breathers
asses.
because they couldn't breathe through their nose. They're like, but now they call them breeders, and that's a bad thing.
What horrible people breeders are. Oh my God. None of these people called people breeders would even be here without a breeder, for crying out loud.
That's absolutely right.
That's crazy. Man, this is insane, huh?
What they say now is there's tons of online communities and chat groups and specialty pages. And what these pages do is they support the hating of other crotch goblins. They hate the parents known as breeders. They say they're sick and tired and fed up with all of the yelling, all of the sticky stuff, all of the grocery store, restaurant, and shenanigans that happen with unattended children. They hate these kids, and they're done with it. And they say we shouldn't be shunned or shamed for not liking children that you can't control. And what people are saying, the science community now has gotten behind this. They're like, oh, my God, this is bad. Not only are Gen Zers and Yers not having kids because they can't afford it, now society doesn't like kids. So that means what this whole thing goes on to say is there's going to be a population drop like we've never seen before because children are not liked.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is about the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life, to be quite honest. You know what it is, though? You've talked about putting kids on leashes for like 20 years now, maybe even a little bit more than that. When we were on the meth lab, before putting kids on leashes was even a thing, you were doing that. I mean, you've probably hated children ever since I've known you.
Hold on, though. I only hate children that aren't mine.
We only have one.
Well, yeah, because I couldn't risk having a second and then hating it.
Oh, that's stupid. Even you got to admit that's an offensive statement.
That could have happened. I won't deny that's an offensive statement. But I'll tell you this right now. I'll look you dead in the eye. It's true.
Oh, you hate the sound of kids laughing. You don't like how they act in public. You don't like how people have become crazy over their children. You hate how they love TV and snacks and giggling and, untied shoes. There's so many things you don't like about it. It's just crazy to me.
But let me just make one important clarification, okay? I really only hate children because I hate people. And that's what children who stay off my lawn become. They become people. That's why.
How could you hate anyone's kids? I mean, how could anybody hate kids? I'm not even just talking about you. I'm talking about how could these people call people... How do you hate kids? What kind of soulless sack are you that you would hate kids?
The root cause, though, is deeper. And I've said this a million times. It's not the dogs. It's the owners, okay? It's not the car. It's the driver.
It's the parents.
It's not the kids. It's the parents. That's absolutely right. And those are the people that I hate.
Why? You don't think a good parent can just have a 5-year-old? Or a good parent can just have a 2-year-old with an upset belly? I mean, it's insane. If anyone's children scream or cry or what have you, then people get so crazy. We got to remember that kids are innocent. They cannot help who they are being born to.
Okay. Now, I know that, even though I'm a knuckle dragger and sometimes a mouth breather, and I'm also a breeder, I know that. But it's just easier to say that I hate kids when the kids are running around and screaming unsupervised because you can never find a parent. So that's why the hatred shifts to the children. And kids are only cute when they're your own. Everyone always says, oh, they're so cute when they're children. No, they're not. They're ugly. Unless they're yours,
love kids.
They're ugly. Okay?
No.
And this new mentality that everywhere kids are is like a park or McDonald's. That's what everyone thinks now, is anywhere they go in public, it's just a playland. They can just run amok, and the parents stop parenting the moment other kids and other parents are irresponsible. They dump them off into the sea of chaos and anarchy, and they let them run amok and ruin adults' lives. It happens all the times. These parents are hogs and hyenas.
That's not true.
That's what they are.
No, it's not true whatsoever. You go to these places where the kids are running amok because that's a place the kid can run amok, a park, an outside area, somewhere where the kids can run off some energy. That's why you take your kids to those places, so they can get with other kids, run some energy out, shake a little tail feather, you get them back home, and they're ready for a nap.
I agree, but people don't go to the park anymore because parks are dirty and there's a homeless problem and people drink malt liquor there and there's condoms and parks are now basically outdoor open air brothels, okay? So now the parents can't go to the parks, so now the parents start going to the Save Mart, or they start going to the mall or the pizzeria, or they start going to the library or the airplane to play because parks are overrun and dirty now. So I agree, yes, a park used to be an old school place to burn off energy, but now it's anywhere they want because parents don't want. And here's the other thing, kids don't want to go to parks anymore. You talk about leashing a kid, I'll guarantee you the first parent right now that wanted to take their kid to a park, they'd have to leash him and drag him because that kid would be so scared to see grass or sand or get anywhere near open air or play structures, that kid would file a charge against that parent, and that parent would lose that kid by noon if you took a 3-year-old to a park in 2024.
God, calm down, for crying out loud. You're a lunatic, is what you are. You haven't been to a park in a long time, have you? You haven't even seen kids in a long time. My parks are full of children riding bikes up and down the road where I live. There are kids everywhere outside where I live. Everywhere.
I just want to come back and answer one of your questions, and I will be 100% truthful. No, Joe. It has been many, many years, uncountable, that I've been to a park. That is true. It's been a long time.
Man, the kids are all over the place where I live, man. They're always outside. I think they're outside more now with these electric bikes than they ever have been.
Okay, just quickly. That's fantastic, okay? We have finally created something to get them back outside, okay? That's half good, but it's half bad. Because pedaling, round wheels became too hard and too physical. We had to give them the allure of technology, okay? They're going to get fat as F. They're going to leave grooves in the road because these electric bikes, one, weigh a lot more, and two, their fat asses don't have to pedal. But there is a partial bit of good news because they're outside. And
You get healthy on electric and on gas-powered things. I mean, you still, riding a motorcycle, riding that little dirt bike I ride, or riding on an electric bike, your shoulders, your arms, your pecs, your stomach muscles. I mean, people that ride motorcycles, those off-road bikes, they are in extremely great physical fitness.
We're talking about off-road and dirt, and we're talking about athletes, okay? We're talking about people that ride to their fullest of ability, or the machine's ability. These children nowadays, they're not athletes, and I will agree with you on this, and people are going to think
they ride to the extent of that machine's ability. At least in my neighborhood, I can't ride them the way them kids can ride them.
Well, I'll tell you this, because there's no gas-powered anything out there that's going to give you the fitness of something that's non-gas-powered, except, and people are going to laugh at this, I want you to go back in time to like 1980, 1981, and I'll tell you a gas-powered machine that would bust your ass. It was something called the moped. I want you to go back and remember ever trying to pedal the half bicycle, half motorcycle made by Peugeot and Push and all these places or companies that made these mopeds. You have never pedaled anything so fucking difficult. You would sweat just going down the driveway trying to pedal this. You had to do 100 RPMs just to go about a mile an hour. That thing was stupid. The sprocket on it was
moped,
like this. Oh, the moped was terrible. It wouldn't move when you pedaled it.
Well, it only had one gear. And it weighed 600 pounds. I mean, so it's like, I mean, that thing was built out of cast iron. I don't know what they built those things out of, but they were heavier than hell.
It was terrible. That thing ran out of gas. You were screwed. Everyone thought, oh, yeah, you just drive it around. It gets like 78 miles a gallon. And then if it runs out, you can pedal. I'm here to tell you, back in the 80s. No, back in the 80s, you see all those electric bikes, you know, those apps. You see them parked all over downtown. If mopeds weren't as expensive as they were back when they came out, you would have seen mopeds abandoned everywhere. Because I guarantee the first one ran out of gas, you're like, I'm out of here. Call me a cab. I'm on the bus. You could walk faster than you could pedal the moped.
You never let it run out of gas again. I'll tell you that right now. It ran out of gas on me once and once only, ever. And it never even came close to running out of gas again because I was physically fit as all get out as a kid. And I had no business behind the pedaling end of a moped.
Oh, no. I was young when they came out, and they were dead
same.
before you knew it because people were like, no, this thing sucks. This is no hybrid machine. Quickly, Joe, and you can stop me on any of these, but we do have to get to news. Okay. This is the list, and I only share this for you. If others find it informative, then great. This is the list of the new films premiering on Hallmark's Christmas channel, or this is their Hallmark Channel Christmas lineup for 2024, okay? Countdown to Christmas. Here we go. The start date, all right, will happen exactly a month from today. On Friday, October 18th, you will get to see 'Twas the Date Before Christmas on the Hallmark Channel. That's the night of night one that rolls out their Christmas Hallmark programming.
Really? And I love this channel. I love this programming. I love everything about Hallmark. I really do. Mm-hmm. I watch it year round. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas programming or not. They've always got just great movies. But they're going to introduce the Christmas lineup 2 weeks before Halloween? They're not even going to wait till we're in the month of Thanksgiving. They have now stolen Halloween.
Yeah.
There's no Halloween movies in there that's just all Christmas. I mean, I'm good for a Christmas Hallmark movie. I love Christmas Hallmark movies a lot. I even know the actors and actresses that are in them, most of them. And they're not even going to let me enjoy Halloween before they start me down my Christmas road.
Because you would, Joe, right? I mean, you'd dive right in. Like, if this started on October 32nd, you'd be all for it, yeah?
Sure. No, I mean, that's not a date, is it?
Sorry.
No. Like November 1st?
Yeah.
Yes, I would be all for that. Let me get, I mean, come on, dude. That's my favorite holiday. Why are they doing that?
Yeah, but
I can't even buy Halloween decorations.
Think about when they broke out Scully or whatever his name is, that damn 70-foot skeleton, whatever it is. He's been at Home Depot now for what, 3 months, 4 months? He came
3
out in
weeks.
like May.
I mean, as soon as he gets there, they buy him out within seconds. And also his dog Boneser, whatever his name is. Now there's a $300 dog that goes with him that I would really love to have.
Yeah.
But I've been told by my family I'm not allowed to buy it because I don't have a job.
Okay, I'm glad your family had to tell you that. At least someone did. The fact that you didn't know that on your own disappoints me, but at least you had someone there to back up some logic. So kudos to the family.
What is the Halloween rule? You get one Halloween decoration a year. I limited myself down to it last year. You buy one nice Halloween decoration a year. That way you don't spend all kinds of money.
Last year you had a job.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
So
all right.
There
That's
needs
fair.
to be an addendum to your rule. One decoration per holiday if you have a job.
Well, you only get to be fired for so long. I'm going to miss Halloween because I'm fired during it.
Okay. You better hope stuff changes, because I don't know what you do for Thanksgiving, but I know how much you love Christmas and all those blow-ups and all. So you better hope to God you're employed before Christmas time, because you're really going to be sad if you don't get that one decoration per year for this year's Christmas.
Well, let's start adding them up right now. I haven't gotten any severance checks yet.
And hold on. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. My correction. Severance is in lieu of payment and employment. So technically, you still, even though you're not working, it's as if you have a job.
That's right. I'm not allowed to get another job right now.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So
or take any money.
That's right. We can't, and we've said it before, is why we can't put these podcasts out everywhere. We're not allowed accepting money for a little bit of time.
Or
here.
earn any money. Yeah, just again,
earning.
Because a lot of people on Facebook are like, what happened to Spotify? We're just anything that could potentially monetize, we're holding off on until probably the beginning of the year or the end of December, just so you know.
Which is a good point for me to segue to this real quick. We didn't talk about this pre-show, but what is the difference on Spotify? Because when they're saying they listen on, why would they want it so much more on Spotify than like on Facebook or Instagram or?
Well, but here's the thing. A lot of people already had Spotify accounts. The other thing they can do is just listen if they want to just listen. And it also goes into catalog, and they can get all the episodes in order, and they don't have to watch the video. Meaning with Facebook, you can let your screen shut off, but some people just want to listen to the cast, and I think it'll probably save up some battery. For whatever reason, I'm not sure all the conveniences or differences, but there are some people that are like, hey, what happened? And plus, I think they're pissed off because they downloaded Spotify. And
Don't
they're
be pissed off, because it'll be back on there.
It'll be back. It's going to be on all of them.
Yeah, we're having it on all of them. It just, I saw some people saying that yesterday, and I thought, well, what's the difference? Because you've got, this will be our 5th episode. We've got 4 of them out right now, and you can get all 4 of them on every social platform, our Facebook and our Instagrams.
And the other reason, too, we wanted to do is make sure everyone out there was getting these on Facebook, because there was so much confusion with episode 1 as to where. We're like, hey, just put it up on the Facebook. As I explained to someone in comments, always go to our Facebook page. Always scroll, always look. Don't wait for us or Facebook to put us in your feed. Go to our page daily, and that is where these episodes will live. Okay,
because we're not putting our stories up, every 15 minutes like we had to do before. We were updating the social pages every 31 seconds when we were employed. Yeah. Now we can just do it like a normal person would.
Quickly, I'm just going to race through these. There's only a couple more. This goes October 19th. How many of these are there? It goes all the way, holy crap, until the 21st. Okay, we're done. Just know it starts on the 18th and it goes till December 21st, Christmas programming on Hallmark. So set the DVRs.
Oh great. Does it? So the Christmas programming starts before Halloween and ends before Christmas.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you have to get ready for Easter.
Fantastic. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. But keep in mind, exactly 2 months before Christmas, October 25th, this is one that is must-see, Operation Nutcracker.
Oh, that's a great movie. That really is a good movie.
I've never seen it, so let's do a little bit of news quickly. We're going to keep this kind of short today on this Friday, so I'll hit this.
This just in, friends.
All right, here we go, friends. I'm not going to dig into the story of this. This is pretty funny. Again, no political affiliation known or shown, hopefully, by the show. But according to Fox News, Trump has higher favorability numbers than Taylor Swift, a new poll finds.
Yeah, okay.
See? That's all I wanted to do.
All right.
Pretty crazy, right?
Sure.
Equally funny or unbelievable. Vice President Kamala Harris is making her stance on 2A, that'd be the Second Amendment. She made it abundantly clear while she was on with a sit-down of Oprah Winfrey. This happened last night. She voiced her support for the Second Amendment, and she said, "You break into my house, okay, and I will shoot you." She confirmed she owns a gun and would use her weapon with zero hesitation if presented with a threat inside her home. She said, "If someone breaks into my house," and I quote, "they're getting shot," end quote. And then she went on to say, "I probably shouldn't have said that, but my staff will have to deal with it later." And then she went on to say just the most horrific, deplorable, stupid stuff, like the AK-style rifle has no place on the streets of a civil society as they're designed for weapons of war. Now, I'm not saying they're should be on the streets, but
yes, they have no business on the streets. I mean, you want to hunt with them and shoot with them and whatever, you do what you want, but you got no business carrying it into Safeway.
Okay, here's the thing. That's where I disagree. Can you park your Lamborghini in a Safeway parking lot? Yeah. So why can't you take in your exotic, high-powered weapon if, in fact, you had a permit? And there's certain states that would allow you to probably walk into a grocery store with an AK, AR, or assault-type rifle.
I don't even want to see somebody walk into a grocery store with a Mossberg 20 gauge. I mean, I don't want no long guns.
I do. It does not bother me. And I'll tell you this. This is what's so weird. People my age might remember this. In California, everybody in high school drove to school, and they all had rifles and or shotguns on gun racks in the back of their trucks. This was
that
at
still
high
happens
school.
where I grew up. Yeah, I mean, they're still doing that where I live.
Well, you can't do it here in California now. But back in school, everyone had guns in gun racks. And how times have changed. But I say, yeah, nothing makes me feel better than seeing weapons holstered or responsibly positioned or transported. There's nothing wrong with it.
Because you think you'd see a responsible, non-angry man or woman walking around with an AK-47 on their shoulder. That screams responsibility to you?
In this day and age, it would become more alarming and shocking because we've been trained by the media and by actual events that these guns are dangerous and used for mass shootings, and that is what would probably be our first recall of memory and trigger, if you will, to make us think that it's dangerous.
Of late, they've been used in mass shootings, but these guns are dangerous because they are Army weapons.
No, I disagree with that.
They are Army weapons, though.
I could kill more people.
Invented.
I could kill more people with a Kia Sportage driving into a highly populated shopping area than anyone could kill with a high-powered assault rifle. And exotic cars go fast. Okay, they're dangerous, but they sell them. There's lots of stuff out there.
I'm not saying you can't own them. Own all of them you want. Buy as many as you need to have. Shoot them wherever you need to. But I just don't think you need to be carrying them right down the sidewalk of Sacramento or Roseville. I mean, that would be terrifying.
I guarantee there'd be a lot more honest people out there. There would be.
I don't think the honest
people
people would have them. You know what I mean? I think the honest people would be using something they could control a little better, shoot a little, cleaner.
Yeah, but there's really nothing easier to shoot than an AR. I mean, there's no kick on them.
I never shot one, so I don't know.
It's like shooting a rubber band gun. They're not loud, they don't kick, and they're extremely accurate. And you start putting sights on them.
I know in them other countries they've got the breeders have their children shooting them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if a 7-year-old can fire one out of the back of a Nissan, I would say you're probably going to be okay on the sidewalk.
F you, let's go to Beirut. Let's go 10 years prior to the Nissan back to Datsun, where they're throwing Molotovs and they've got land-to-air missiles fired by 8-year-olds. Okay? They've got turrets.
Mounted in the back.
Yeah. We got to get to one more thing here. Amber Rose, she was stopped in an airport, and TMZ asked her. She was at LAX. They're like, hey, what do you think about that whole Haitians eating domestic pets in Ohio? And Amber Rose, she said, yeah, I believe it. She said, I've seen proof with online video. I always told you, okay? Joe used to always say, oh, I bet Kim K's dumb. Hey, I'll tell you this. I've always told you, I don't care, you got a big ass, big boobs. I don't care how big your brain is, but I do care how big your mouth is, okay? Now, if you've actually been to a Haitian's home in Ohio and you're going to say, I believe it because I've sat down and I've eaten domestic meat, okay, that's one thing. But when you come on and say that, yes, I believe it because I've seen online video, okay, it's time to fall off the flat earth, okay? You got to take a couple extra steps because that's stupid. Online video.
I've got to just be quite frank. I don't know what people do in the privacy of their own homes. Who knows? I don't know if people are eating family pets or what have you. But I'm here to tell you, I have family that live back in that area of the United States, and nobody is eating pets on sidewalks anywhere in Ohio. Anywhere. It ain't happening.
Okay, now.
Ain't happening.
You wouldn't see, I would imagine, Haitian immigrants eating the animals on the streets.
Nobody is out at the front. There's videos that you see where people are skinning things on the sidewalk. That is not happening. That is fake.
Has anybody, here's the thing, and I don't know if this is real or not. I'm making fun of her because she saw evidence with online video. That's the comedy. Has anybody called the local SPCA or the local animal shelters? The one thing that can source this instantly is simply calling all the animal shelters, asking if there's been an uptick in queries of missing animals. Okay, if they say, yeah, lots of people are coming in, they want to make sure their dog's not here. There's been a very, very ridiculous amount of phone calls. Okay, then there might be some there. But until anyone can corroborate the animals that are missing and or the calls coming into the shelters, I don't know what this is, but
I got to be frank with you. I mean, there's a lot of things I believe. I believe in Bigfoot. I believe in aliens. I believe in UFOs.
It's almost like you have to believe this.
But I think that as a grown adult, at some point in time, logic must come into play when you're thinking about some of this stuff. Some of it, okay? I'm not going to say it's all false, but for God's sakes, man.
I'll go a little bit further, and this is honest. Do I believe this is happening? I don't. But do I know? I don't know. Maybe there are Haitian immigrants eating animals. My only thing with her is saying that she had proof from online
videos. Well, that's where I get a lot of my proof, too. So I have a hard time disagreeing with her there. But those videos, for crying out loud,
yeah.
That's awesome.
One more quick thing, and then we're done on a Friday. We didn't even mean to go this long. It's been 49 minutes. Earth will get a second moon for about 2 months. Coming up in 9 days, there's going to be a small asteroid that begins to orbit the planet. The asteroid was discovered in August, and it's going to become what they're calling a mini moon revolving around Earth in a horseshoe shape. And this is going to happen the 29th through November 25th. So about 2 months, this mini moon is going to be visible in the sky.
Well, that doesn't sound good, actually. That sounds a little weird, doesn't it?
And again, I'm saying mini moon, not many. Mini moon. So it's smaller than the actual moon.
But we're going to see 2 moons, kind of.
Yeah, one will be like that, and then one will be, small, so to speak.
What?
And this isn't the first time, and they do call them mini moons. So if you look to the sky, you're going to see like moon 1 and moon 2. I don't know.
That is wild. That sounds crazy to me.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I knew you would like it. If you're done, I'm done, Joe. And again, our apologies for live. Once we get this figured out, we promise we cannot wait for your comments. Very soon, your calls. And just hang in there with us, please. And we're going to try to do our damnedest to keep you there and do what we're doing. And we thank you so much. Have a fantastic Friday.
Yes, thank you very much. We got very close today, so I'm sure we'll be live sometime next week. We get closer every morning. Enjoy your weekends.
We almost had her bra off. I found the clasp. I dug through the rolls on her back, and I found the clasp, and I almost had it undone, and then I couldn't get it unhooked, man. It just wouldn't unhook, and I couldn't get it off.
Well, thank you for that, leaving us with that little bit of imagery. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend, you guys, and thank you again for hanging out and watching these and helping us out and support us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Play nice.